All right, y'all, we are at a Goodwill in Willis, Texas. Elizabeth and I are still on our way home from her doctor's appointment, and this will be the second Goodwill that we have stopped at. We stopped and got us a little Starbucks because she was really wanting it. And now I'm going to go in here and see if I can find a few things that I've been looking for. So let's go shop this Goodwill. They had no buggies inside, so I'm coming outside to get me one. I tell you what. Y'all, wait till I show you the row of carts they have here in the middle. Oh, I still have my sunglasses on. Hold on. All right, y'all, thank you so much for coming thrifting with me at Goodwill today. I did want to share with you, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do the thrift haul. I'm just being honest with y'all. It is very early in the morning, so if I sound sleepy, that's why. I have some electricians that are about to be at my house. My house is also in total chaos because I'm taking down fall, I'm putting up Christmas. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to do the thrift haul all throughout or if I'm going to do it at the end. But hey, that's the fun of my channel. You never know what I'm going to do. I may do it all throughout. I may do it at the end. I may not do one at all. You just never know what I'm going to do. But I do know I have a thrift haul for you today because I purchased several things while we were here. And I also wanted to tell you that we're going to be spending some time in my thrifted kitchen at the end of the video today. We're going to be making something fun. Several people requested this, so I did film it for you guys, and I'm gonna put that at the end of the video. So let's finish thrifting in this Goodwill. I'll share my thrift haul somewhere, and then we're gonna be spending some time in the kitchen. Okay, and I did have to stop and look at the lamps because y'all know I'm a little basket and lamp obsessed. No, really, I was rearranging some things in our guest bedroom and I broke a lamp. So guess what? Now I need another lamp. So I've been kind of on the hunt. And I am also still hunting for some material to make some primitive stockings. I really don't want to have to go to Hobby Lobby and get material. So I'm trying to find some just unique material out while I'm thrifting. And look at this old mixer, y'all. I thought that this was so neat to come across, and it was really inexpensive. I was quite surprised. And then look at this floral print here. I thought for spring and summer this would be very pretty, but then I realized it had grapes on it, and y'all, I just don't do the grapes. Okay, and I thought these little pieces right here would have been great to add to my collection of little containers that I'm collecting to make candles in, but for some reason I left those. I don't know if I just wasn't in the mindset of candle making on that day, but looking back while editing, I'm like, man, I wish I would have got those. Those would have been perfect to make some candles in. Okay, and I did come across two of these little Longaberger mugs here, and I know some people are probably screaming at me through the TV, why don't you get those? Why didn't you get those? Well, I didn't really love them, so that's why I did not pick those up. And also, I am not a reseller. I am just someone who loves to go thrifting for their friends, their family, you know, just their home. So I don't pick up every little thing that might be of value to a reseller. If I don't absolutely love it, I'll leave it behind for someone else who might. And oh my goodness, y'all, these were huge and so heavy. And I want you to see how much these things retailed for. They retailed for $128, y'all. That is crazy. But I know that those are pretty much in style right now with a lot of people. And so that was really a good deal. If you had some huge bookshelves that you could have placed them on, I really thought $12.99 was not a bad deal. And then, of course, I'm always needing to organize something. So I thought that this little organizer was a pretty good deal also. Okay, y'all, no thrift trip is complete unless you check out the lamps and the baskets. And I saw this basket and I almost got it, but I didn't because I just, in my mind, could not think of where I would have placed it. But y'all, it was so different and so unique. What would one use this type of basket for? It almost makes me think of someone who would take it out in their garden and gather flowers and bring them in. I don't know. Y'all let me know. I really love that basket and I'd like to know what you think about it. Do you know what they are originally used for if they are shaped like that? Okay, y'all, and while out thrifting, you just never know what you're going to come across. And I thought that these, even though they are not my style and I probably would not decorate with them, I can appreciate how beautiful they were. And the fact that they were not broke, those long tails were not broke or chipped at all, I was completely impressed. Those were beautiful, y'all. Okay, y'all, and I have some Corelle dishes, and I almost got these, but I just did not want to pay $1.99 a piece for them. But y'all, that green color on there was calling my name, and you can always tell when I'm contemplating on whether or not I want to get something because I do spend quite a bit of time looking at it and thinking about it while I'm standing there. And then I've also come across another one of these spoon holders, y'all. They are everywhere. And then this pillow cover I thought was gorgeous, not necessarily for me, but Elizabeth. So I was taking pictures and texting her while she was out in the car eating, asking her if she liked that pillow cover for her room. She said no, so I left it behind. And then I come across the little Christmas countdown, so I started thinking about all the babies. Would they like that? And then I just decided not to get that either. Okay, so I found the perfect pillow sham to make some stockings. But guess what? I need at least 2 king-size pillow shams to make enough stockings because I need 5, and that was just not enough. I was so bummed. I looked all over this Goodwill seeing if I could find the other one because sometimes, let me give you a tip, just because something doesn't have a match right there with it where it was at, look around in that same area. Like look through all the linens if you can, because sometimes people pick up stuff and just put it back in random places. I can't tell you how many times I found a match to something like on 2 aisles over. So always look through, or, just real quickly. You don't have to like dissect the whole linen section, but you can find the match sometimes. Oh, and then I come around the corner and look at this little box with this drawer. I'm going to put a picture here and show you how I use one that we got at a garage sale. You can take this, look at it differently than an art box. You can take all of that art stuff out, paint that thing, and use it as a riser, and it can hold things for you like little napkins for your tablescape. I love mine. I use it as a riser to hold things. They are so, so cute. So always look at things and think of what you could do with them differently than what their original purpose is. Okay, so I know that this is like a little tool table for a small child, but think of it like this. Instead of getting it for them to use as a tool table, if you have little ones, or if you're a grandparent and you love to garden outside, that would be super adorable. So see, this is what I mean when you're out thrifting. Look at things differently. How could I use that differently? Okay, because that had none of the tools or anything with it, but you could turn that into a little planting table for a small child to play on outside. So while you're outside working on your plants in your garden, they could be at their little planting table and using all their little pots and their little planting tools and just having a blast and using their imagination, y'all. So that is what I mean when you look at things. What could you do with them to make them different and fun? And then, y'all, I came across that little wash table, vintage looking thing there right after that table, and I could not for the life of me think of where I would put that. But y'all, I loved it so much, but I did leave it because I don't have a spot for it. Okay, y'all, so this is probably the weirdest way I've ever done a haul in my whole YouTube lifetime. So I'm in here in my bedroom because there's electricians in almost every other room of my house. So, and this is what I get for waiting till the last minute. But I'm going to show you what I picked up just up close and personal here. I got these little ornaments for $1.99, and I brought them in here too because I wanted to see they do match kind of this blue color in here. So I was kind of wanting to leave some of the blue in my room and then maybe incorporate some red. I don't know. I've never added blue in my Christmas decor. So I thought, well, this would be a good way to start with just getting some inexpensive ornaments at the Goodwill and seeing if they work. And I may not end up putting ornaments on the tree in my bedroom at all, but for $1.99, I thought it was worth a try. So I did pick those up. And then this beauty right here, I snatched up so fast. Look at the details on that. That is so beautiful, y'all. Here's what it says on the bottom. And this is gorgeous, y'all, especially with Christmas time coming up. It was, let me get the sticker off. It was $1.99. And I thought that that was a great, great score. Here's what it has on the little handle. Yeah, this is just adorable. And then here's what it is like on the other side, just the same. So I thought that this was super precious with a little Christmas tree sitting in it or something. I don't know, I thought it was adorable, so I got that. Okay, so a practical piece here is this glass sectioned container. I'm wanting to prep some food to just have for snacking or even like for lunches. I'd like to have several more of these, but I like that it's got the snap-on lids. I love these. I have some glass containers kind of like this, and I'm trying to get away from plastic for my food. I've been doing glass for a long time, but I haven't had a lot of glass that's like sectioned like this, containers. So I was excited to get this. This was $3.99, and I know that's a little expensive probably just for one, but I haven't priced them in the store either. I don't even know what brand or anything this is. It doesn't have a name or anything on it. But oh my gosh, y'all, I just noticed it had a chip. Man, so I don't know if I did that or if I bought it like that. Of course, it had the lid on it, and I should know better. I normally will always take the lid off and check that, and that's probably why I didn't notice it. So look, I probably just wasted $3.99. Y'all, so learn this lesson from me. Always take the lids off and very gently, because you will cut yourself. Just look first. Like, I could have seen that without even feeling, but if you'd feel, you would probably cut yourself. And yeah, so there you go. I was so excited about this, but I'm probably going to have to throw this away because that's going to end up cutting somebody, and I don't want that. Man, poo-poo. Finish the moral of the story here. Always take the lids off and check, because I guarantee you that's why I did not see that crack, is because I was looking at it, you know, like this, and I just didn't look at it really, really close like I normally do. Probably because I had Elizabeth with me and she was out in the car eating, and I don't want to leave her out there very long. But here's another tip. Take the lids off and check your glass. Couldn't you even handle the cuteness here? I mean, stop. Look how cute. And I honestly think that this is a Fitz and Floyd. It says hand painted FF Japan, $1.99. And y'all, is this a flower frog? I don't know. I thought for spring and summer, actually this would be so cute. And I think it's a flower frog, y'all, but it's a chicken. Okay, it just doesn't get any cuter than that. Let me take the tag off. Hold on. Oh my goodness, y'all. It is a Fitz and Floyd. It says right there on the bottom in 1982. Y'all, I'm so stinking excited. But what I don't know is, let me know, is this a flower frog? I'm so stinking excited, y'all. This is gorgeous. Look there. No chips, no nothing. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I'll definitely be putting this in my spring and summer container and pulling it out when that season gets here. And then the last item that I purchased on this day was this little organizing drawer thing here to go like under a cabinet. I think I'm going to actually put this in my pantry. And if they get finished here and I can film where I'm going to put this before I put this video up tonight, I will. But my thoughts are to put this in my pantry and put like, I just got from Asia Standard, I just got a bunch of like brown gravy mixes and different things like that. And I thought that might be good to put in here and I could just pull it out. I don't know. I bought this with my pantry in mind. So if I do get it in there and get it set up before I need to finish editing this video, I'll show y'all. But it was only $4.99 and it's in perfect working condition. So the only thing I don't like is I feel like you waste a lot of space unless you have something tall. So I don't know. I'll figure it out and hopefully I can show y'all before this video is over. My little supervisor had to come check and make sure I was telling y'all everything correctly. Hello, Piper. Tell Miss Kit hello. Miss Kit is one of my subscriber friends here and she always asks about you. Okay, y'all, now we are going to move into the thrifted kitchen portion of today's video, and I'm going to share a fun recipe with y'all. Okay, so today in Julie's Thrifted Kitchen, we are going to make what I like to call my healthy smoothie. I make these about 3 times a week. Just helps get some fruit and vegetables in me that I might not eat otherwise. And I just have a inexpensive blender and it has worked just fine. I would really like to get a Ninja, but that's not in the budget right now. So all I do is, the first thing I do is take some cold filtered water and I just pour that in. I don't know, that's probably 1.5 cups, maybe 2 cups. And I just put that to start things off in the bottom. And then I have some frozen spinach. And I could make a little short video showing y'all how I preserve these. These two have stuck together, so I'm just going to pull those apart. But it's basically an ice cube full of spinach, and that's a lot of spinach. But I've preserved these by blanching them and freezing them in ice cubes so that I can just have them ready for my smoothies. And so this is why I do that. Now I'm more apt to come in here and make a smoothie because I have things already prepared. So I just chunk that in there. And then here's these frozen avocados that we did together. I showed you how you can preserve these in the freezer as well. I just cut them in half and seriously just put them in the freezer. Well, I froze them first, and then I just put them in a Ziploc bag. And I like to just do a half when I do a smoothie, so I'm gonna put that in there. And I like to kind of blend as I go because this stuff is frozen solid. So I'm gonna put you to music while I turn this on real quick. Okay, I did that just for like a minute, and it still might have some frozen chunks of avocado or something in there, but that's okay. It just makes it easier instead of trying to do it all at one time, because everything I have pretty much is frozen. So then I have some frozen strawberries from Asia Standard, and I just like to get about a half a cup, or I just guess. I don't really do exact, but I want you to look how beautiful these frozen organic strawberries are from Asia. These are beautiful. So I normally just put about, you know, I say a half cup, but this is what I mean. It's usually spilling out. I usually will put 3 or 4, sometimes 5 strawberries. These are all pretty good size though, so I'm just gonna put my strawberries in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put another fruit before I, run another round. And on here I have Asia Standard's organic blueberries, and these are so good, y'all. And I do use these for other things other than just smoothies. Can make muffins or anything with these. And again, I only do a half a cup of blueberries because sometimes if I do too many, they upset my stomach. So I stick to about half a cup of blueberries. And now I'm going to go ahead and just take a second to blend again. Sounds like something got a little hung, so I'm just going to kind of stir around in there. It does start to get thicker, and sometimes I do have to add more water because even though it's a smoothie, I don't want it to be so thick that I'm like choking. So when it starts doing, sounding like it's getting stopped up here and not wanting to blend, I will go ahead and get some more water. So I'm going to do that now. All right, I don't know if you can see down in there, but see how it's getting thick now. The more fruit I add, it starts getting really thick, and it doesn't want to blend good when you do that, and it's not pleasant to drink like this. So I will go ahead and add a little bit of water and blend, and just kind of keep doing that until I get the consistency that I want. I don't really know how much water to tell you. It just depends on how much fruit you like, how thick you like it, how thin you like it. So this is how I do. I just kind of keep adding a little bit at a time. All right, and that helped it to blend a lot easier. It's still too thick, but I'm still not finished even putting everything in here. So next, I'm gonna add bananas. I always add bananas. I always add strawberries. I always add blueberries. I always add spinach and avocado. So I'm gonna put just a big heaping thing of bananas in there. And then I have chia seeds. And I like to do 2 big tablespoons of chia seeds, and this is why I like to keep my thrifted Wexford container right over here handy, because I can just pull it out and put my 2 big tablespoons of chia seeds in here. I used to add flaxseed to my smoothies, but I just do not like how flaxseed makes everything kind of swell up, so I don't put it in there anymore. But I do always add protein powder. Again, I have another Wexford thrifted piece here that I love to use in my kitchen when I'm working, and this just holds protein powder. Now this protein powder I did get at Asia Standard, but I'm going to be honest with you, it is not my favorite. It has a lot of great nutritional benefits, but it makes it really hard for me to drink these smoothies. So here in a minute you're going to see me add a dash of honey just to kind of cut the bitterness. Sorry, that's my dishwasher going in the background. So I do like to add 2 scoops of this just to get the nutritional benefits that I need from this, and so that it helps me, you know, stay full longer, because I do have this in place of like breakfast and lunch. Like I will literally have this around noon, which is what time it is right now, and then I drink on this, and I might have a snack later, which brings me to my apples. Sometimes I will add apples to my smoothie if they're small. If they're big, sometimes I'll add like half of an apple. And I'm trying to think, oh, carrots. Sometimes I throw a carrot in here, but today I'm being lazy because I don't feel like going and peeling a carrot. I've got a couple 10-pound bags of carrots that need to be peeled and cut up, and I'm just being lazy and I don't feel like doing it. But I do like to prepare some of those ahead of time so that I do have them for smoothies. So I'll be doing that soon. So those are a couple other things that I add from time to time, but this is what I add anytime I do a smoothie. These are my staple items, and unless I'm out of them, I add these every time. If I'm out of spinach, sometimes I will use kale also. So let's just get this blended up, and if I need to add some more water, I will. I actually think I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of this water because I can just tell by looking at it that it might need some more. So I'm gonna blend this up and I'll show you when it's finished. Right, so one last time, I'm just gonna check the consistency and kind of scrape these edges down a little bit. I've got some protein powder kind of stuck on there. I have there's a protein powder that I buy from Young Living that I absolutely love. It is my favorite, and it keeps me full for like hours and hours. This one keeps me pretty full too, but I find myself getting hungry after I have this protein powder. All right, so let's look. It looks pretty good here, the consistency does. I know it looks really disgusting, but it's still a little thick for me, so I'm gonna add just a little more water and my honey. So I'm going to just add some honey in here. I just like to put a big squeeze. I don't really measure that. And then I've got some more water because I can tell. And normally this large of a container lasts me like 2 days. So I'll have enough for today and then tomorrow. That's why I only make it like every 3 days, because I have enough to like go. One of these lasts me 2 days, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So that's why I only make it every 3. That's why I make it only 3 days a week. I'll get it out here in a minute. All right, so I'm gonna blend this, and hopefully this should be it. Okay, yes, that is just right for me. That's the consistency that I want. So now what I do is I use one of these just big cups. This is Larry's, and I like to use these because it has a big opening here for this big straw. I do not like to use just a little standard straw because I feel like it takes me forever to drink this smoothie. So I got these, I don't know, probably at Amazon or Target or somewhere. You can get them anywhere, Ross even, but I like this consistency, and I usually drink one of these full when I do a smoothie. So all I'm gonna do now is just pour this in here. I know it does not look appetizing, but I promise if you're getting all these fruits and vegetables in, and I really wish I would have added a carrot because it just makes it to where I'm getting, you know, another vegetable in. Okay, hold on, puppy. That's my puppy barking in the background. So because I like for this to be cold, and it takes me about an hour to drink on it and get it all down, that's why I put it in one of these insulated cups. So y'all, it is not that hard to make you a healthy, nutritional smoothie if you just keep all your ingredients really handy. That's why I like to keep my little tray here that I call my smoothie tray. I also usually have cranberries in that last one, and I will throw those in there sometimes, but I plan today to eat an apple, eat a carrot, and have me a handful of these cranberries, so that's why I didn't put those in the smoothie. Sometimes I just like the crunch of the apple. So that's a convenient way to have your little smoothie station set up. It also really helps to have all of your supplies here handy. I keep mine right here in the top drawer of my refrigerator. Well, it's a refrigerator up here, and then the freezer drawer is here on the bottom. So when I pull this out, I know that everything in here is for my smoothies, except for some yeast that I keep up here. And I just put these walnuts in here so that I could have some reserved for baking, because if I don't, my husband will eat them all. If they're in the freezer, he don't think to look in the freezer for them, so I have to kind of hide some walnuts so I have them for baking, and I keep the ones he likes to snack on, in the pantry. All right, so here's the rest of it. I'm just gonna put my bananas. Oh, and I forgot to mention, sometimes I do like to put mangoes in there. This didn't feel like it today. I'm gonna put my avocados back in here and place my spinach back in here. And then all of my smoothie makings are right here ready the next time I need to do it. So I would just encourage you to make things convenient and easy so that you will want to make a quick and healthy smoothie for you. This is one way that I have found that personally works for me. All right, and so for those of you wondering how I store the rest, I just put it in like a big mason jar type cup and put one of these lids on it, and then so it's not as much smoothie as I had today, but that's okay. I just have this amount tomorrow, and then the day after that I make another full load, and that's just kind of the cycle I go through. There are days that I miss, don't get me wrong, but I really do try to have
some smoothie every day. And then what I'll do tomorrow is I'll just shake it really, really good, put my straw in it, and there you go. I hope you enjoyed spending some time in my little thrifted kitchen, seeing a couple of the little thrifted pieces that I use when making my smoothie.
Okay, y'all, thank you for coming and going thrifting with me at Goodwill today. I hope that you enjoyed seeing my thrift haul, and I also hope that you enjoyed spending some time with me in my thrifted kitchen. We hope that y'all have a wonderful weekend. We love y'all, and we'll see you next week with a brand new video.